my gosh, she's back again. So today was a good day, and I wanted to talk. I have actually been meaning to do this video because I started doing um, divination through the asteroids and astrology, and it has been very powerful and very transformative for my audience. So I wanted to talk about the first one that I did. I talked a little bit on the last one about the asteroid series, which is the asteroid of nurturing. But we are going to talk about the big dog, the goddess, Lilith, the asteroid that I initially started to tap into and to do my asteroid readings with. Like, and it has been really transformative for so many women. Like the first client I did it for, she started crying. I was like, I'm about to cry too. It was just so beautiful and empowering. So I'm going to talk about that. Okay, so if you don't know the story of Lilith, I would advise you to go and look it up. She was um, basically considered the first wife of Adam. I'm trying to get my bang together and it's not banging in like I wanted to bang. Okay. She was the first wife of Adam. And it is said that she was cast out of Eden because she refused to have sex on her back. She wanted to be on top. And so they the story goes is that they made her leave. And some other another data, another text. It is said that she marries the dark angel Samael, and that they live in demonic bliss together or something like that. Okay, now in astrology, again, a lot of the asteroids have Greek names or they have names of deities because the deities describe the meaning of the asteroid. So Lilith, right? Mother of demons is what they call her. They also so she is one of the primordial mothers. She just has a lot of different things to her. Some people even say that she's associated with certain African deities. I won't say their name because I don't want to have the ATR community doing the judgmental shit that they do because I really don't give a fuck right now. So yeah, so she's associated with a lot of different female goddesses that are basically counterculture-ish, that are they do not bow to men. They are completely empowered through the self. They are sexually liberated. So that is the kind of the energy of Lilith. Now, Lilith energy is a raw, untamed power. This is why I call my readings untamed or refuse to be tamed Lilith readings, because what I'm going through for my clients, and I've done this for myself, and it was very powerful for me, which is why I decided to offer it for other people. So, hi, it's good to see you too. So she is basically a rebellious feminine energy. And I don't really like the word rebellious because she's really just being raw and authentic. So I don't like that. But it's all about sovereignty, female sovereignty, and about being fully in your divine feminine, again, sexually free. Um And so she was cast out of Eden because she wouldn't do what Adam told her to do. Like, I mean, she was just doing her own thing. So she, this energy, this placement, everybody has Lilith somewhere in their chart. But as a woman, when you have Lilith in your chart, this is really this is really deep because it's like your Lilith placement is where you probably you probably have experienced the most criticism and shame and guilt around yourself or around your life. And so typically most women, what they do, especially if they want to conform to the society, they repress their Lilith. So say you have Lilith in the fifth house and you're very flirtatious and you have a bubbly voice and you know, whoever you're attracted to is very attracted to you. You can kind of really get, um, you can kind of really get a lot of attention from potential lovers. I'll say that, right? Your family or even your friends may be like super like judgmental about your love life and like super like repressive. They'll tell you not to um go on, they'll discourage you from going on dates. They'll kind of like try to sabotage like your love life or whatever in different ways. And you may have a lot of issues with relationships with other people and things like that because it's in that fifth house of fun and joy and casual intercourse and pregnancy and all these type of things. So unlike most people, what you would do with that energy is to be more flirtatious and to be um more alluring and more charming and take more risk even. You wouldn't, because Lilith is about being sovereign. So you don't want to, it's not about cowering. Like, and that's what women typically do. We cower instead of just standing boldly and be like, no, like I am a full human being and I'm a sexual being and I'm a proud, person, and I operate in sovereignty of self and no one gets to like tell me what to do. You know what I mean? And so that's how you're supposed to feel. But again, we live in this patriarchal society and we deal with all these things. So this is why these readings are so transformative, because I'm gonna tell you, like, I've told women like, girl, you should be front and center. You should be, you know, having the best sex of your life. So if you having sex with somebody and it's trash, you need to leave him alone. Like, but this is all, determined both based on their specific placement. I have notes here that I'm looking at. So yeah, so where Lilith sits in your chart is where you confuse to be controlled. And what will happen is you will experience a lot of conflict around your Lilith area. And again, it'll make you not want to, well, it depends on if you're confrontational or not. If you're a confrontational person, then you might not give a fuck. But you typically don't want to, I mean, there is like a level of wounding there because it's something that kind of like, it's something that people constantly pick at. They constantly are chipping away and always making comments about. So I had gave an example recently about Kim Kardashian. Her Lilith is exact her son, right? It's exact her son. On top of it. So she's always been the center of attention before her sexual prowess. Her video came out and she had to go and sue the person, which is very Libran. She had to go and sue the people who were distributing the tape, and she had to talk about it. And instead of her being like, well, I don't want people to think I'm too sexy, she just started doing more sexy shit. Like, she's made herself a sex symbol from a sex tape. And I know people don't like Kim Kardashian because of some of her family history, but like, that's actually kind of gangster. Like, that's actually kind of like, I love that. Like, I love her. I love Corinne Steffen. She goes by a different name now, Superhead. I love her because it's just like they just were like unapologetically sexually free and no, and they still went on. They got husbands, they have children. Like nothing stopped for them, and that's the lie that women are constantly told, that if you be the bad girl, if you be too sexy, then no one's gonna want you, and that's just bullshit. Okay, so yeah, so Lilith is going to be in a certain sign in a certain house for you in your astrology chart. And you may even have, again, like Lilith next to or on top of your sun or near your Chiron or near your Pluto. And that really is going to tell a story. So as an astrologer, I'm able to extract the story from your chart to tell you, okay, well, this is where you should be. This is maybe what you've been dealing with, but this is how we come from here and quantum leap into here. Live in your seventh house, conflicts all through my relationships. Yeah. So you have to kind of um you need a relationship where someone is not going to try to overrule you, because that's going to be a problem. Lilith is not going to let nobody run her. So definitely, I'm going to put a link for the readings in the chat, or I'm sorry, not in the chat, in the description box, as well as in the chat. I'm sorry, in the chat. I keep saying chat. It's Mercury retrograde. In the comments. And then if you're interested, please come, because I could definitely decipher, because I don't know if it's conjunct anything, if it's square, if it's tessy square, if it's sextile, if it's trine, anything in your chart, because that's going to also emphasize how you should move about with your Lilith energy. Okay, so I'm gonna have some tips for you guys to start using Lilith in your life before my phone dies. Okay, so one is you want to stop. I'm trying to clean my camera a little bit. You want to stop apologizing for your femininity and for your power and for your intensity on any level. So if it's like emotional intensity, if you cussing somebody out, um, if you are advocating for yourself, don't apologize for any of that shit ever. People love to say women are too emotional and they do too much or whatever. Who gives a fuck? Be extra. Be extra. Be person who cries all the time. Whatever is authentic to you, just do that. And stop letting people like try to make you be something that you're not. Whatever makes you weird is what makes you cool. Okay. Next, you want to reclaim your body and voice. I talked about this a little bit in my last video about series, but you really want to, um, be present in your present in your body, and you want to use your voice. Like, you want to speak up for yourself. You want to advocate for yourself. I literally just had a Lilith moment this morning where I had to advocate for myself yesterday and today, and the person is, you know, they really don't know who they're fucking with. But that's another conversation for another day. But I had to speak up for myself. And when I spoke up for myself, it pissed this person off. I have lived in my 10th house. So this person thinks they're an authority figure, which is a 10th house thing. And so they technically, yeah. So they basically are trying to use their power to wield it over me. And I'm just going to have to tell her, from the deepest part of my Lilith, bitch, fuck you. And you're going to have to get over it. And because this is what my Lilith and Virgo is saying. And in the words of, the Nene Leaks, I said what the fuck I said. So, and that's very Virgo. Virgo is very like cutthroat to the point. And when I get to that point, which is again my Lilith placement, when I get to that point, it's very I'm not, there is no room for me to budge. I'm very unyielding when I'm in my Lilith energy, which is what Lilith is about. It's about being sovereign. It's about stepping into your power. It's about not taking no for an answer. You're not even looking for nobody else's answer. You're doing your own thing. And so with my placement, it's very much about having very, 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 very firm and strong boundaries. And so sometimes I have to cuss niggas out. Hey girl, it's good seeing you too. I was actually gonna inbox you. I probably will tomorrow, girl, because I'm probably going to sleep tonight. um so yeah, so you cannot, you have to get to a place in your life, and you're knowing your Lilith and embodying your Lilith will teach you this, is you don't owe anybody an explanation for shit. Some of the weakest women I know are over explainers, and I hate seeing them do it. It makes me cringe inside to see a woman over explain, because I feel like when she does that, everybody can see her weakness. Everybody can see her holes in her aura, versus somebody who is unapologetic. Like I said what I said. I'm not explaining why. It's because I said so. That woman usually gets whatever the hell she wants. But she's fully embodying her Lilith with that. She's unyielding. Yes, I talked about stop apologizing for your femininity and intensity, reclaim your body and voice. And my last note is to turn your shame into power. This is like the thing with Lilith. And I honestly had such a hard time. Thank you, Layla. Thank you. I appreciate it. The stuff that you're shamed about, it's really like your juice. It's almost like it's so irresistible that people talk shit about that gift, that magic that you have, that unique je ne sais quoi that you have. People fuck with you about it because they be jealous of it and they can't touch it. So they try to make you feel embarrassed about it, and they try to poke at it and poke at it. Like, I remember being told different things about my body that were not positive. But I've always had a super cute figure. Like, and I know that. I've always had a cute figure. So what I realized is they were picking at me because they could never look like me, and they were jealous that they could not look like me. So they tried to make me feel ashamed. And so when I got older and I started to do different things and I started to like wear, more revealing clothes because I'm a Scorpio, that's what I like to do. They were like, oh, you look like a whore, and oh, you look like this. And I'm like, what? And I was confused. But as I've grown and I've started to, again, tap into my own Lilith placement, I'm just like, cool. Like, if that's what you think about me, cool. Like, I don't really care. Um, because what I know is when somebody says that to you, they're really saying that they're sexually attracted to you and they just can't. Whether they're male or female. That's what they're saying. If someone's sexuality like intimidates you and infuriates you, you're sexually attracted to them. Thank you, Layla. I appreciate that. So again, knowing this placement can help you heal old wounds, especially if you've been teased. These Lilith readings, for real, if you've ever been in an abusive relationship, because when I tell you, mine freed me, baby. Freed me. If you've ever been in an abusive relationship, toxic family structures, maybe it wasn't abusive relationship, but it was very toxic. If you're somebody who's been bullied, if you find yourself in the victim state all the time, you need to book a reading with me. You need to tap into your Lilith. That is literally like, if you just embody it, you will see people will get, they may try to get mad at you for standing on business and stepping into that dark feminine energy, but they will have to get with the fucking program. They will have to get with the program. I'm trying to think of some other people. I don't really know that many celebrity Lilith placements, honestly. But I do know that I can see the energy on some people. But whenever you see a person that's very unyielding in their standards and what they want, they have embodied their Lilith. Um, I'm gonna go through my notes again before I get off of here. So yeah, so again, Lilith is again a demon in the Goetia, and or considered a demon, or considered a dark energy, or considered this rogue feminine energy. Um, Again, this is usually, again, this is so crazy, but it's like your placement there is usually where you have been literally demonized. Literally. Again, I gave y'all the Kim Kardashian example. Like, that's a perfect example. Demonized. So if you have Lilith on your sun or on your Pluto, you may have seen people will do extra stuff to try to blame you for any type of sexual anything. You're too like, these are the type of women who have strong Lilith placements where their mothers or fathers or family members would accuse them of being sexually active and they weren't even being sexually active. It's like they could just feel the sensual energy off of you. They could feel the sovereignty off of you. And it's like they just want to shut that down as quick as possible because they're afraid, because they're not liberated themselves. Let me see what else I have here in my notes before I say goodbye. So your Lilith house and sign is going to tell you the type of energy that your Lilith has and how you can properly magnetize experiences and even people to yourself. Um, Also, when you guys ever, if you ever get a synastry chart, meaning you get a chart with your man, you get a chart with your girl or whatever, find out where your Lilith is. Because sometimes people, if they have Lilith in a really fucked up place in your chart, like when the synastry is done, the charts are laid on top of each other, it can definitely be a sign of a toxic relationship. If they have like their Lilith on like your Pluto or something, it could be a very toxic relationship unless you all are just like very mentally healthy adults. It can be very, very toxic and very, very abusive. Because if you get with somebody, particularly, I can speak from experience as a woman, and that man tries to repress your Lilith, y'all are gonna have problems. Y'all are gonna have problems. Y'all are gonna end up fighting. It's just not gonna be good. And that's not what we're here for. So you can use it in that way too, as a as something to watch out for in your synastry. Um, so yeah, this Lilith placement is really about turning your wounds into power. It's about transmutation, and it's about feminine empowerment. So if you like, I want to be the bossest bitch ever. I want to be the Cruella de Vil of, I don't know, my industry. I want to embody a strong dark feminine energy that commands, and I don't have to be loud. I don't have to, like, when I walk in the room, like, people know what's up. People know. People can feel my energy. People will get in alignment when I walk in the room. If you want that type of energy, you need to know your Lilith. You need to get it dissected and have somebody read into it and really see where these areas where you can really shift up and be more. It's just such a cool thing because it's like you're diving into your dark feminine, but this ain't no fairy tale bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really stepping into your seductive powers, your raw magnetism. I mean, some of the readings have gotten a little sensual, gotten a little sexual, because that's just where the placement was in their chart. And it was just really important for those people to explore different types of ways to express themselves sexually because of where it was in her chart. And she was very, very thankful for that. And again, I just hear what spirit tells me, and so I'm just reading, what I'm seeing in the chart and what spirit is giving me. I don't really know that. I mean, at this point, I have confidence in my work, but I never know, when I say certain things, if it's gonna land. I just go with what I'm hearing. And so when, I have clients crying and women telling me that this has taken off years of emotional pain that they have been dealing with, or they feel lighter and more relieved because they're no longer denying this dark feminine part of themselves, and they feel like they can take a deep breath now and they can fully be in their feminine bodies. Like, that is so, like, powerful and enriching to me. So yeah, I'm all about the Lilith energy, taking back your feminine power. If you don't want to lay on your back, ain't nothing wrong with that. You don't have to. That's not the only way to receive, is on your back, right? So, if you want to learn more about the asteroid Lilith, please reach out to me. You can send me an email at msreine333 at gmail.com. That's my name, Miss Rain at gmail.com. Or you can just want to book. I will have the link in the description box. I will have the links in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me and learning about this wonderful asteroid. So there are more asteroids, and one of them is actually not an asteroid, the part of fortune, which I will come back and talk about at a later date. Let me see if I can find out. Oh yeah, so we're going to talk about part of fortune, which is actually a placement, but it's not an asteroid. It's an Arabic part. We are going to talk about Juno, which is one of my favorite asteroids. It's the asteroid of love and marriage. And I think that's it. Is there any more? Y'all, that Flippity song is like in my head so hard, and I'm trying not to keep singing it out loud, but that song go hard. Shout out to Flippity. The affirmation song. I can't stop singing that song. I got the kids singing it. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So, in my manifestation group as well, it's free until Mercury retrograde ends. So please go to my Stan.Store and you'll find a link that says join the Feel It Real group, because that's a Neville Goddard Feel It Real group. It is donation based only. So we have the series and Chiron readings, which have to deal with divine nourishment, making sure that you're eating properly, great for people who have issues with weight and or food disorders. I have a Sacred Desire, the Eros asteroid reading. That's purely sexual. So it's purely sexual. I'll come and talk about that soon. Juno, divine love and romance. Again, Juno is the asteroid of marriage, and it means something different in the female chart versus the male chart. So you definitely have to let me know how you want me to read it. And then pure gold, which I'm about to start pushing more. Those are the part of fortune readings. The part of fortune is literally the part in your chart where you can obtain wealth and be successful with ease. It's literally like it's your pot of gold. And so it has to be deciphered professionally with an astrologer, and I can help you decipher that. I'll have readings for that. And I still have North Node readings. I always tell people the North Node is the most important part of the chart, and I stand by that. Stand by that. And then we have our Refuse to be Tamed, Untamed Lilith readings, which I will be posting in the description box here. If you have any questions, if you want me to look at your asteroids, if you want me to read your chart, let me know. I'm here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, rest of your night, and I'll talk to you guys next time.